I'm going to call the meeting to order for the Hanover Borough Council meeting for January 28th, 2026. First thing we can do is Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll do a moment of silence. The flag is now here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If I could have a roll call vote, or a roll call, please.
Mr. Bub?
Here.
Mr. Fuentes?
Here.
Mrs. Funk? Mr. Funk? Mr. Hegberg?
Here.
Mr. Kress?
Here.
Mr. Riston?
Here.
Mr. Rowland?
Here.
Dr. Rupp? Here. Mr. Scott?
Here.
Solicitor Schultes?
Here.
Manager Lewis?
Here.
Mayor Hormel?
Here.
Secretary Felix? Junior Counsel Alexis Day? Junior Counsel Adeline Stitt? Thank you. We have a quorum.
Okay, moving on to 1.05.
Mr. President, can I make it a motion to amend agenda to add Councilman Matt Funk to item 105 to participate by phone pursuant to the Borough Code?
Okay, have a motion on the floor. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we get into public comment, I just want to take one quick second to say thank you to borough staff for snow removal. I know everybody will say that's part of our job or part of their job, but they did an outstanding job. And also to the water department for the multiple breaks that we had here recently, and also to the first responders, police, EMS, and the fire department. Thank you. Okay. Oh, he did that already. Okay. So, Brian, can you finish that up for me?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a motion to amend
Not to amend.
to add.
No, just whatever's in the agenda.
Right.
So it's 1.05.
Oh, consider a motion to permit Councilman Funk to participate by phone in accordance with Borough Code.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And can we confirm with community media that Councilman Funk is
Here.
here and can hear us?
We have a couple phone numbers, so I'm not sure which one would be.
So could you ask him to identify himself? Could you ask him to identify himself?
Bear with us, please.
Is Darlene on the phone?
There, do you hear me?
Yep, that's him.
Yes, Matt, we can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you guys fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have Darlene.
No, Amy's trying, but her phone is busy.
All right, well, we'll get her on as soon as she...
We'll get her on as soon as we can get her on. Thank you. All right, moving on to public comment. We will start with Mr. Holt, please.
Recording in progress.
Robert Holt from the 3rd Ward, the neglected, underrepresented, dumped on 3rd Ward. I again point out that I take issue with the fact that meeting after meeting you come here and apparently a lot of stuff is discussed behind closed doors because all this stuff is kind of like voted on a consent agenda with no discussion. And I just don't know how that can happen if you're not discussing these issues in a public forum. And so I think there needs to be a change in the way you do business so that it reflects that either you're going to keep talking about this stuff behind closed doors and out of the public view, or we can have some real discussion and deliberation on the decisions you're making. I want to bring up 5.3 and talk about the exoneration of taxes. But a little research shows that for a borough that has a lot of financial issues, you're broke, you've maxed out your debt limit for this building project. The taxpayers will be paying for the next 20 years. And it just seems that a little research shows that you have over $1 million in unpaid taxes, but you never seem to go after anybody to get the money. Apparently you just put liens and you're content with that, and we'll see what happens. It just doesn't make any sense, and considering the fact that you've burdened the taxpayers with 20 years of bond issue payments, tax payments, and you raised our water rates, our water tax on the consumption of water this year. It just seems like you'd be going after the guys who are not paying their taxes. I also want to turn to the merging of the Public Works and Enhancement Committee under one chairman. Nothing wrong with the chairman, but it just doesn't seem to make sense that you're merging Public Works Committee and with a committee that deals with economic development. And I just don't see how that is really beneficial for the public and leads to anything that is illuminating for the citizens. It just seems like you're trying to control things, lock things down. You don't have as many of your favorites on council anymore who will vote your way, so you're just going to lock it all down as much as you can, such as you reduced the number of times several of the committees, including public safety, meet to only 6 times a year instead of 12. And if there's ever a committee that should be meeting every month, it's public safety. And if you're not going to do business in committee meetings, then you're going to have to endure that we're going to come more often to these meetings and bring up issues that might not fit on neatly on your agenda. I also want to talk about the committee appointments under 515. And again, I think it shows a gross indifference to the fact that people in the third ward and other areas, are not represented on some of the committees that are making big decisions at this time and having a tremendous impact on the finances and the taxes they're going to pay in the future. It just seems like if you're friends of the right people, if you're friends of the mayor, you get on. And your committee and everybody else, well, tough luck to you. I don't know how you call that governance, but this is not a government in any shape or form that I ever saw that was held up as a model for anybody. And I'll just leave it at that, Mr. Chairman. I do think the appointment of the acting police chief is a good selection. I don't think you'll ever be disappointed. And I thank you.
Thank you. Has anybody else wanted anything on the first part of the agenda that's in-house? We have Grace Mullins for the first part, please.
What I'm going to talk about, pass them down if they want. This is Grace Mullin. Because I find it so hard.
Grace, hold microphone, please. Just press that button that says,
I'm trying.
there you go.
Now it says it's off.
Thank you.
I'm electronically challenged, I admit it. Just before when we're getting started in the new year, I have a couple of ideas that I think would enhance communication between the borough and the members of the community. And I sort of mentioned them to my board representatives, Mr. Riston and to Darlene quite a while ago, and I warned them that I had some ideas, so they should be prepared. And one of my points is that, look, I learn from reading, so when I have something to say, I'm going to write it and make sure you all can have a copy, because I could no more remember all the points brought up than I could count the numbers of blades of grass. I think that we should, that under Mr. Kress's direction, the new director, we might consider changing I think we can improve the efficacy of the public comment form by changing the format just a little. Because I think people need to have something in front of them to read so they know what you're talking about. My first point is there's a frustration on both sides because the channels of communication between the board members and the ward officials are too wobbly. Plus, a lot of public questions could be best answered by citizens' own councilman. I've had an idea that I've thrown out, and people have kind of looked at me and groaned, but with this incredible newsletters that Valerie sends out, it would be possible electronically, not by me, to separate by wards, and the two members could put a little blurb in, like, "Hi, I'm here for you. Here's my email. If you're interested in this, contact me." It seems like so many problems that we talk about here could be handled so well in that way. I've worked with my representatives, with Darlene, and with Ed, and we got some signs put up. We did all sorts of things in my ward. I just think there's got to be more communication between the councilman and the members of their ward. And would waste less time in these meetings too. Second, I personally think that comments should be yoked with a written statement. I think it's unfair, and you hear Darlene asking questions every time. How on earth can I remember all the points that Rob has made? I can't. Remember all those points. I don't see how anyone can answer the questions. I think maybe just the important points could be shared in writing. That's, my feeling. And I do think citizens there is a problem, and citizens in Hanover do not feel they're heard. So they do need some sort of a response. And I know Margie tries to. But we've got to find a better way of getting responses to people who have questions. And I think the written form would help a lot. I really think we've got an incredible group in Hanover, and it's come such a long ways. And I'm excited with you, our new mayor. I've already, after she was elected, I tried to write her, and I know you were busy. But because Mayor Whitman always supported me in my endeavors and helped with our super senior center. And I'm excited that we've got new people, and we're off to a good start and another great year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, did you fill out one of these little forms? Is it pertaining to what's on the agenda? Okay. We do have a website. Ma'am, can I get your name, please? Just your name. Ruth, I'm sorry. Smith. Can you announce our website name, please, to them?
www.hanoverboroughpa.gov.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Anyone else in the room that didn't fill out a form that wants to make public comment on anything referencing the agenda? Seeing none, we're moved to community media. Anything in reference to the agenda, if you could have them please raise their hand, and you guys can send them to us.
Those joining us via Zoom, you are now able to unmute yourselves if you would like to address council.
You're welcome. I already read it. And I gave my copy to Doug.
Okay, not seeing any. We did not have an executive session beforehand, and I will turn number 4 over to our mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm looking to see, we want to honor our retiring police. Oh, I do see Charles. Do I see anybody else that I need to give things to?
Jason is here.
Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Okay, so we have some certificates of appreciation for your dedicated service, and we're going to have, do you want both of them up here? Who's taking, Valerie's not
Normally
here.
what I would do is I go to the podium,
Yeah.
read them off, and then bring
Yeah.
them up to the front.
Yeah. Okay. Fortunately, they type these in nice big type, so I can read them without my glasses. So oh, you already turned it. Somebody turned it for me. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. So first, I'm going to speak just because it's alphabetical. There's no other reason. Jason Byers had 22 years of service to the Hanover Police Department. He was a dedicated employee. He was hired as a patrol officer in January of 2003 and promoted to sergeant on December 22nd, 2010. And we provide this certificate of appreciation because of all the dedication that you've exhibited as for the public interest of our community. And it has been signed and witnessed by myself and by the president and by the borough manager. So thank you. How do you want us? You're welcome. Oh, here. Thank you. Thank you. Want to come up? We'll do it this way. That's fine. So this is our officer, Charles Clark, who just recently retired, January 8th, Elvis's birthday, in case you didn't know that. You've worked a little more than 25 years. So we'll say 25 years plus of dedicated service to the Hanover Borough Police Department. He was hired as a patrol officer September 10th of 1999. So he's a 20th century guy. And he has exhibited sincere dedication to the public interest of our community. And so for that reason, we are going to honor you with a certificate of appreciation.
Thank you.
All right. Oh. Which way? All right. Thank you so much, Charles.
Thank you.
And enjoy your retirement. We also have certificates for our retiring Chief of Police, Chad Martin. He is not here right now, so we will be giving that to him somewhere else. Don't know where, but we will find him. I know he's around. And we also have a certificate of appreciation for Robert Shanabrook, who had also 25 plus years of dedicated service to the borough. He was hired as a patrol officer September 8th, 2000, and promoted to sergeant on December 26, 2012. And I guess I should give you the chief's deets, too. So, Chad Martin has almost 30 years of service to the borough. He was hired as a patrol officer January 20th, 1997, promoted to sergeant February 18th, 2010. Then he was promoted to lieutenant February 3rd, 2013, and then promoted to chief of police on January 3rd, 2016. So we thank all of our officers who retired and enjoy your retirement. Thank you.
Once again, thank you. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda, I'd be looking for a motion.
So moved.
Okay, any discussion? Not hearing any, we'll move to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, number 6, I'm going to hand over to Councilman Hedberg.
Okay. Consideration of a motion to adopt and enact ordinance number 23385, an ordinance of the Borough of Hanover, York County, Pennsylvania, amending and supplementing the zoning ordinance of the Borough of Hanover, ordinance number 2310, as amended, and the official zoning map enacted therewith.
Okay, I got a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I'll motion.
All right, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on, my fault. Roll call, ordinance.
Oh,
Come on, Tim, get it together.
Sorry.
Tim Kress,
Yes.
Barb Rupp,
Yes.
Chuck Hegberg,
yes.
Darlene Funk,
Yes.
Greg Bob,
Yes.
Matt Funk,
Yes.
Brian Fuentes,
Yes.
Isaac Riston,
Yes.
Scott Rowland,
Yes.
Brad Scott.
Yes.
The motion passes with 10 in favor of and 0 opposed.
Okay, moving on to number 7, which is additional public comment. We will start with Mr. Holt.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Yep, thank you.
I'm going to recall something I've heard, and I've mentioned this before. On May 14th, 2024, I was sitting at the Guthrie Library at a meeting, and Councilwoman Rupp, there was just about, there were more people in the meeting room there than come to council meetings, and Councilwoman Rupp just said, "It doesn't matter. We don't pay attention to them anyway." And she kind of looked at me, and I didn't
Please no
respond.
personal attacks, Mr. Holt. Just
And
keep it professional.
and then she went ahead and repeated it again. It doesn't matter. We don't pay attention to them anyway. And so that's the standard for coming to council meetings, where we just get ignored. It doesn't matter what we say. You don't pay attention to us anyway. And, you know, I've just been looking at some of your recent votes, and what you're doing in terms of spending is unsustainable. And you're just spending us into a rut, and it just gets bigger and bigger. And, you know, this case example is handing out $10,000 pay increase to the borough manager and a 25% pay increase, $18,000 to the Parks and Recreation director, and most of the line directors are getting $5,000 pay increases, far above the cost of living agreement adjustments of 2.8%, 2.5%. And the pay increases for federal employees are in the realm of 2%, 1%. And I just don't know where the spending is going to stop before somebody realizes that none of this is sustainable, that this is a government trying to be all things for all people, creating positions that never existed before, and just because somebody wanted them. And I just don't understand where this is all going to end, except with another big fat, bill on the taxpayer's door, and taxes you can't collect because some people just aren't paying them and they get away with it. And where is the fairness in all that? So, I mean, nobody can explain it. Once again, we just fall on silent ears. You have a newsletter. You could use it to explain some of the things in the budget, but you don't. And, I'm sorry. And you could use it to explain some of your policy decisions, but you just fill us with hype and propaganda and spin every month or every quarter in this so-called newsletter that really doesn't give us any news. And so the only way you're going to find out what's really happening here is you have to dig in on your own, look through the records, which apparently some of the council members don't do, because they would have seen, if they'd gone back and looked, that they were given a $10,000 pay increase to one employee in a year when people are losing their jobs in this community. People are getting laid off. People are finding that they can't get overtime anymore at their jobs, and things are getting tight. And so I just don't know where it's going to end. And again, I think, some of your committee appointments, how the chairman of the Public Safety Committee is not on the Fire Commission, that just defies logic. I just don't see where that's going. But this is all about political control. A handful of guys didn't like the outcome of the election, don't want to listen to the voice of the people. And, Mayor, I would really like to hear what you stand for, because you ran an odd campaign. You withdrew in the primary. You didn't quite announce, but your signs just showed up in September. You never told us anything about what you stood for. And once again, in this town, there aren't things like debates where people can hear candidates talk. And it'd be nice to see something in writing somewhere about what's your platform for the next 4 years, and what are you going to do besides taking care of the library and taking care of some of your favorites. And thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We will move on to, and I hope I get this right, Kiki Page. When you get up there, please just turn the mic on, pull it down so we can all hear.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I'm setting a stopwatch. I'm ready. All right. Hi, my name is Kiki Page, and I own Little Fox Coffee and Books in Hanover. My first call this morning was an elderly woman that wanted me to pass along to you that her and her husband are scared to leave the house right now because her husband is Latino. They are scared because of the violence that they see happening right now. I'm deeply concerned about federal immigration enforcement actions, specifically those carried out by ICE and associated federal agents. I feel a need to protect my neighborhood however I can, and that includes here. I want to be clear. I understand the limits of this council's authority. I know Hanover Borough does not control the police, and I'm not asking you to break the law or interfere with federal agencies. So that's clear. Okay? Okay. What I am asking is that Hanover use its lawful power to protect our residents and rebuild our trust in our local government. ICE and similar federal operations have made people afraid. There's no denying that. Afraid to report crimes, to access borough services, and to engage with local institutions. Here are some concrete, lawful steps this council can take. I'm going to talk a little faster because I got 8, so here we go. All right, number 1, pass a non-cooperation resolution. Hanover Borough should state that it will not voluntarily assist federal civil immigration enforcement and that borough staff will not share information unless legally required. This ensures that local government focuses on local responsibilities, not federal enforcement. Number 2, prohibit use of borough resources. Borough buildings, equipment, staff time, and funding should not be used to support ICE operations. Local tax dollars should serve Hanover residents. Number 3, yes, you can say louder. I hear you. I hear you. Number 3, adopt strong data privacy policies. Limit what personal data the borough collects and how long it keeps it and when it can be shared. Number 4, require transparency and notice. Publicly disclose any requests from ICE for borough assistance whenever legally allowed. We want a transparent local government. Thank you, Fen. I hear that. Number 5, fund or support Know Your Rights education. Provide information sessions, multilingual materials, and partnerships with trusted nonprofits or churches. Number 6, support legal aid referrals. Maintain a public list of trusted legal aid and immigration attorneys and share these resources through borough channels. Number 7, protect borough services from being used as traps. Ensure residents can access libraries, utilities, permits, and borough services without fear of immigration enforcement. I think that's a pretty big one right now. Finally, communicate clearly with us. Issue public statements explaining what the borough will and will not do. Right now, communication is very, very important when we live in this world where you don't know what's happening. So we ask for clear communication. This is not about partisan politics. It is about our elected council members keeping Hanover a place where people aren't afraid to live their lives without turning our borough into an arm of federal enforcement. This council cannot control ICE, but it can refuse to cooperate with an agency that destabilizes communities and calls it enforcement. Federal authority does not obligate local complicity. Thank you so much. And I would like to say, if you are here in support of this and what I said, if you could raise your hand just to let them know that you're here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we will move on to Sarah, and I don't want to, hold on, we got to go in order. Hold on. Looking for Sarah, and it's Purvis, maybe? Pavoris, sorry, I try.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay. So my name is Sarah Pavoris. I'm here on behalf of myself and my husband, Scott Pavoris. We live on Flickinger Road, and there's recently a proposal for a motel on the 1440 Broadway plot. So I want to just, I guess, throw a couple questions out because I don't think that it's been discussed at this level yet. I just want to put it on the record that myself and my husband are against this and what our reasonings are. Number one, is there a proposed business model? And why we ask this is, what is the borough going to do to ensure that this motel does not turn into a boarding house, which is not permitted in that zone? Are there going to be length of stay maximum require, or like there's a maximum day that you can stay, require daily maid services? Our concern is if this does turn into a long-term lodging, that there will be a couple major problems in the borough. And number one is, my background is home health care, and I have been in these type of facilities that started as a motel. They are not meant or made for long-term housing, and they typically become cluttered and dirty because it is a very small living space that is not meant to be lived in full-time. And they typically do end up refusing maid services because it is now their personal space and they do not want people coming in. And my big problem with that is clutter and dirt will attract pests such as rats and cockroaches. And it is in a very close proximity to a major food manufacturer as well as restaurants and a strip mall. The number two is for traffic. It's already a very congested area, and even just adding the 30 proposed rooms to this area would make a huge change in the amount of traffic in the negative side. Another reason is the road that goes between Eisenhower and Flickinger is actually a privately owned road. It's the only way you can get into the car wash. There's times I'm coming home from work and other times throughout the day that car wash has 3 or 4 cars backed up one way, 3 or 4 cars backed up the other way. And if we are adding more and the business owner decides that they are going to block off the Flickinger entrance to that road, now all of those cars who are waiting in line will be waiting out on Broadway, which will be a major hazard, safety hazard, and a traffic nightmare. And then, so lastly, our personal reasons to oppose this, and we just wanted to get this on the record for future, is the hygiene and the traffic, which I stated earlier. And also just from a personal safety standpoint, if this were to happen and the personal owner of that road were to close off the Flickinger Road entrance, it would take an extra 2 to 3 miles, which I've timed it as anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get to our house. And God forbid there is a fire or a shooting at a church and emergency crews are not able to get there in a timely manner, that time could mean deaths or injuries. Thank you.
Thank you. I have her email here. If we can maybe answer some of her questions in some correspondence, I'll give this to you now. Thank you. Okay, next up, Jessica. It's Medrana, maybe? Please, when you get up to the mic, if you could turn it on so we can all hear you.
Hello? Okay. Good evening. My name is Jessica Medrana, and I'm a high school student, and I have lived in and around the Hanover area my entire life. Hanover is a place I care deeply about, and I stand here today to ask the council what they will do and what steps they will take to protect the privacy of its hardworking community, and how will you be transparent about your stances with federal agencies, specifically ICE. Hanover has been a very vibrant community and very diverse, and it's been filled with lots of Latino people, and so the things in the news that have been going on, it's concerned me what our community, like the protection of our community. And I just wanted to ask how you guys will be transparent with your stance on this issue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming up. Thank you. Selena?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you.
cool. Oh, okay, cool. Good evening, Borough Council members. My name is Selena Medrano Lua, and I am a proud American citizen with great pride for her Mexican heritage. I am a mother and a local small business owner. I was born in Hanover and have lived the majority of my life in South Central Pennsylvania. Hanover is the place I have always called home. With the ongoing recent events happening nationwide, although I'm an American citizen, I have made the conscious decision to actively carry my passport on my person at all times to prove it, should the time come that I may need to. It is difficult to live with constant concern for my safety, the safety of my child, and the safety of my relatives. I come here to ask two simple questions. What are we in Hanover doing to help safeguard the nonviolent, peaceful, hardworking, and law-abiding residents of our community? The same community whose local economy thrives with the help and success of several Mexican businesses like El Agave on Eisenhower Drive, La Libertad on Baltimore Street, and Salinas Mini Market on Chestnut. Does the borough plan to adopt policies that protect the privacy of residents and limit the collection of information related to citizenship status? It is my hope that there will be transparency from the Borough Council regarding this issue, as it affects many of its residents that have lived and built their entire lives around Hanover. I appreciate and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Okay, Sandy Mao?
Sandy Mao, General Delivery. I'm still looking for an answer to a question that I presented to this organization a couple of meetings ago, and that pertains to the library. And I had asked then what the daily cost is of running that library for a 24-hour period. Then I want to know how much money is being saved each time you close the library, or are you diverting those funds to your pet projects? Then an update on the drug enforcement. As I stated at a prior meeting, I met with a district manager of McDonald's, and the reaction from the community is she has a lot of gall to call a Fortune 500 company out for their drug activity. I'm not afraid of Fortune 500 companies. I have plenty of experience with them. So at the conclusion, I gave her 4 items that I felt she needed to address in order to be successful. Those 4 items were impeding the progress of that company. She did slightly address the drug situation with all those people camping out there. As far as the sexual harassment and the porno, then it needs to be a lot more there addressed. And I'm not afraid of the pornographic part of this town. I think that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you. We're moving on. I think it's Dara Crystal. Okay. Okay. Yep. Thank you. When you're ready.
All right. Hello and good evening. I'm speaking tonight to urge this council to protect people and pets by passing an ordinance to ban the retail sale of cats and dogs in pet shops. Hanover would join 15 cities here in Pennsylvania, most recently Westchester and Abington, who have already taken this step. Nationwide, over 500 communities have passed similar ordinances, primarily because the puppy mill to pet shop pipeline is such a nightmare for consumers and animals. We know from public records that most pet shop puppies come from puppy mills. They are inhumane commercial breeding facilities that keep dogs in conditions no dog lover would ever support, where they breed dogs over and over until their bodies simply wear out. Puppy-selling pet stores also cause harm by deceiving consumers, selling sick puppies, and engaging in predatory third-party financing, with some consumers seeing interest rates above 150%. We have 2 puppy stores here in Hanover, and there is currently nothing stopping additional bad actors from moving in. Under PA's dog law, puppy stores are supposed to post accurate breeder information for consumers. However, compliance and enforcement of this is shaky. Visiting a store revealed that some breeder information was missing, and one of the USDA licenses provided was listed as canceled in the federal database. Additionally, it should be noted that responsible breeders never sell through a third party, and most breed clubs bar their members from doing so. No pet store needs to sell puppies to be successful, as evidenced by multi-billion-dollar pet retail industries that mostly dominated by products and services like grooming, boarding, daycare, and so on. Hanover has an opportunity to push for a more humane market for this city, while understanding that residents could still obtain the pet of their choice by visiting an animal shelter, rescue, or responsible breeder who only sells directly to the public. I'm happy to provide resources, including model language, that the city can use to move forward. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Yep. Thank you very much. Okay. Community media.
Those joining us via Zoom, you are now able to unmute yourselves if you would like to address council.
Okay. Not seeing any. I will move to an announcement here real quick. Close public comment, obviously. First announcement, 8.01, Mayor Hormel's letter of intent to perform marriage ceremonies via the Pennsylvania Borough Code 10A05B2. Congratulations.
Thank you. I had to tell you. I wanted to do it.
Okay. Second announcements. Thank you. Second announcement will be please plan to exit the building within 15 minutes following adjournment so staff may secure the building and depart for the evening. Moving on to number 9, I'd be looking for an adjournment motion.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you to everyone that came to the meeting tonight.